Hi, my name is Felipe and welcome to another Garrick Solutions video. Today what we'll be talking about is measuring and getting feedback. So whenever in any organization, in any process, not just new processes, one thing that's extremely important are a couple of things. So first, it's identifying who the process owner is. We need to move away from ambiguity or just vagueness, so we understand whose role is to manage that particular process as it transitions either to the customer, or which could be either internal or external. So it's extremely important to have that, know who the process owner is and who calls the shots at the end of the day. In addition to that, as the process is being done, and within whether it's a large scale process or a very small component of a larger process, it's also important to understand that there has to be a feedback loop. So for example, are the employees that are members of the team that are completing that task, or if you're a manager that manages a team, 5, 10, 15, 20 people, you want the input from them. Is this an efficient process? Can it be done better? What are the pain points? What am I overcoming? Because it's really important to understand where gaps are. Sometimes, higher up in an organization, the larger the company is and the more layers there are, we might be missing things. There might be pain points, that might deter the process from being more efficient. People are just, keeping quiet and not saying anything just to get through the hurdle. But every month they might have the same hurdle. So it's how do we overcome that? So it's important as leaders to continuously ask for feedback, to understand from our ground staff or the frontline employees, to understand what is that process. Are there any pain points and what can we do better? So it's really important. Just going back to a gentleman, Joseph Duran, with continuous improvement and Six Sigma. That we continuously evaluate processes, but it's important to get that feedback from staff because that's what's going to build the process and make it stronger. In another one of the videos from Joseph Duran and his department and his company, he's now deceased, but his company and his legacy lead on. So we obviously try to share knowledge, share growth. One of my favorite phrases is, knowledge is old. So, let's always go back and understand, let's try to take advantage of all this knowledge from people that have a lot of experience in different areas, and how can we apply them in my own industry, in my own realm, in my own world, regardless of where you are in the world. I think that that's one advantage of knowledge. It's transferable, and if you take the time to understand it, then you can definitely implement it, and you can take values or nuggets of information from wherever. In wherever industry you're in. So one thing that they highlight critically is, it's that feedback. In order to continuously improve and be better, we need feedback from our team. And because ultimately, whether us in Garrick Solutions, how we support companies implement new technologies, is it's important to get that feedback. So for example, if you want to drive change, you want your frontline workers or everyone in the team to give feedback after the iteration is done and after the change has been suggested, because you want to know where are their snags and you want to know where you can improve that process. Because ultimately, in any level of the organization that you're in, you want the process to be successful, because ultimately you want that to transfer to reducing waste, whether it's time spent by employees, becoming more efficient, producing at a faster pace, or being able to increase your output, whatever that is, whether you're producing a product or providing services to your customers. So it's really, really important to keep that in mind, to kind of close that cycle, because you want the feedback to then be able to iterate and then come back and then continuously to improve that process. I hope this has been helpful, and have a wonderful day. Take care.